Good evening, everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing fantastic in this festival season of Diwali. Firecrackers are bursting everywhere outside. Good evening, Anil. Good evening, Arunopal. Anil Kumar, is this your first class? Is this your first class, Anil? Just answer me a yes or no. Sanjay, good evening. Good evening, Sanjay. Anil, I haven't seen you in earlier classes. Is this your first class? Just give me a yes or no. Happy Diwali, Arunopal. Happy Diwali. हैप्पी काली चौदस और नरक चतुर्दशी. ओके अनिल. चलिए, आई थिंक वी शुड स्टार्ट टुडेज लेक्चर. कल तो दिवाली है भाई, है ना? कल तो दिवाली है. आज का लेक्चर अच्छे से कर लेते हैं. उसके बाद धड़ाधड़ छुट्टी बनाना है 1-2 दिन. उसके बाद फिर दवा की तैयारी करनी है. हाँ अनिल, समझ गया मैं. आपकी पहली क्लास है, नाम से ही समझ गया था मैं. चलिए. सो वो लोग जिनकी आज पहली क्लास है, लेट मी जस्ट इंट्रोड्यूस माई सेल्फ. Friends, my name is Manish Mishra. I secured an All India rank of 568 in GATE 2015. And after securing this rank, I pursued my passion, that is teaching, what I am currently doing right now. So I have been teaching since the past 5 years, especially for GATE and ESE aspirants. The subjects that I am primarily taking, जो सब्जेक्ट्स मैं पढ़ाते आ रहा हूँ खासकर, वो है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग साइंस, इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग ओआर एज वेल एज मटेरियल साइंस. ठीक है, तो सुनो, रोज की ये बकवास तो कंपलसरी है, करनी पड़ती है ना? कुछ लोग नए आ जाते हैं तो बताना पड़ता है. लास्ट क्लास में जहां पर छोड़ा था सीधा वहीं पे कूद जाता हूं, बिना कोई समय बर्बाद किए, बिना कोई समय खराब किए. जिस चीज के लिए आप लोग यहां पर आए हो, पहले तो वहां पहुंच जाता हूं. अच्छा देखो, एक बात बता देता हूं. कई लोगों ने आज की क्लास की हेडिंग देखी होगी, ब्रेक इवन एनालिसिस. ओके, आई एम रियली सॉरी फॉर दैट फ्रेंड्स. एक्चुअली ये जो शेड्यूल था मैंने ही बनाया था. एज पर दिस शेड्यूल लास्ट क्लास में मेरा जो है प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट खत्म हो जाना चाहिए था, बट हो नहीं पाया. एक क्वेश्चन हम लोग कर रहे थे, वो रह गया. जल्दी से 10-15 मिनट के अंदर मैं उस क्वेश्चन को कर दूंगा. बट आज भी मैं नया टॉपिक स्टार्ट नहीं करूंगा. लेट मी जस्ट क्लैरिफाई दिस इन द स्टार्ट ऑफ द क्लास. क्यों नहीं करूंगा आपको बता देता हूं. दोस्तों, 14th और 15th, कल और परसों की क्लास जो है ये मैंने ऑफ रखी है. आपकी जो नेक्स्ट क्लास है ये 16th से स्टार्ट होगी, 16 तारीख से. आई थॉट कि आप लोगों को भी कुछ ब्रेक मिलना चाहिए. बहुत समय से आप लोग भी लगातार तैयारी कर रहे हैं, और थोड़ा ब्रेक मिलने से हर किसी को अच्छा लगता है, रिलैक्स लगता है. उसके बाद तैयारी में इंसान अच्छे से जुटता है और डेडिकेशन के साथ तैयारी करता है. रेस्ट हर जगह जरूरी होता है. ठीक है. सो कल तो दिवाली है, कल का मैंने ऑफ कर ही दिया है. 15 संडे है, 15 की क्लास भी मैंने ऑफ रखी है. 16 से 15 को, सॉरी, संडे है. संडे ऑलरेडी हमारी क्लास नहीं रहती है इंडस्ट्रियल की. ये स्लॉट जो है वो किसी और चीज के लिए बुक्ड है संडे. सो द क्लासेस दैट वी कंडक्ट फॉर इंडस्ट्रियल आर फ्रॉम मंडे टू सैटरडे ओनली. ठीक है. तो कल की क्लास में कुछ पर्ट का थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेप्ट रह गया था, वो आज कंप्लीट कर दूंगा. और न्यू चैप्टर जो है वो आज स्टार्ट नहीं करूंगा. उसका मेन कारण क्या है कि भाई 16th को जो क्लास आपको देखने को मिलेगी वो क्लास प्री रिकॉर्डेड रहेगी. मैंने वो क्लास आज ही रिकॉर्ड कर दी है. मैंने 16th की क्लास में फ्रेश न्यू टॉपिक ब्रेक इवन एनालिसिस से पढ़ाना चालू किया है, और वहां से आपको मैंने प्रॉपर लेक्चर रिकॉर्ड कर दिया है। 16th को मैं आपको लाइव नहीं पढ़ा रहा हूँगा। 16th का जो लेक्चर है, यू विल बी एबल टू सी दैट लेक्चर। Alchemist Potter is asking, sir, are your lectures enough for GATE PI also? Alchemist, just try to understand. I am going to cover the entire syllabus of industrial engineering and OR for mechanical branch, and I am going to take certain specific topics of PI also beside mechanical. Although mechanical PI का जो industrial OR का syllabus है, जितना मैकेनिकल में है उतना पीआई में तो है ही, पीआई में कुछ टॉपिक्स एक्स्ट्रा हैं। आई विल ऑल्सो डील विथ दोस टॉपिक्स। तो यस, मेरे लेक्चर्स जो है वो गेट मैकेनिकल और गेट पीआई दोनों के लिए आईओआर सब्जेक्ट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मोर देन सफिशिएंट रहेंगे। लेकिन देखिए, सिर्फ और सिर्फ लेक्चर से लेक्चरबाजी करने से काम नहीं चलेगा, होलसम प्रिपरेशन करनी पड़ेगी। तो मैं जो है इस YouTube चैनल को और अनअकैडमी की जो स्पेशल क्लास है उसको सिंक्रोनाइजेशन में रखूंगा। स्पेशल क्लास एब्सोल्युटली फ्री है, जस्ट लाइक दिस यूट्यूब चैनल। तो दोनों को कोऑर्डिनेट करके लेते हुए चलूंगा सिंक्रोनाइजेशन में, और आपको उन दोनों का लाभ उठाना है, दोनों से बेनिफिट लेना है, ठीक है ना। भकाभक हिंदी बोल देता हूँ, नहीं तो अश्विन आ जाएगा, बोलेगा सर इंग्लिश प्लीज, ओके ना। सुनते चलो। तो मैं पहले तो ये बता रहा था कि जो ब्रेक इवन एनालिसिस चैप्टर है, हालांकि मेरे को आज की क्लास में स्टार्ट करना था, जो थंबनेल है वो तो क्लिकबेट बन गया एक तरीके से, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि ब्रेक इवन तो आज स्टार्ट नहीं हो पाएगा, बिकॉज वी विल हैव टू कंप्लीट पर्ट फर्स्ट, जो हमारा कल का थोड़ा सा रिमेनिंग रह गया। उसके बाद पर्ट का एक आध क्वेश्चन और कर लेंगे, ताकि आपको थोड़ा सा अच्छे से स्मूथ बटर कॉन्सेप्ट बन जाए। ब्रेक इवन जो है आज मैंने सुबह रिकॉर्ड किया है, 16 तारीख को रात को 9 बजे प्रीमियर हो जाएगा, ठीक है ना। 16 तारीख को 9 बजे रात को प्रीमियर हो जाएगा, तो आप लोग जो है उसका आराम से देख लीजिएगा। 17 को हम लोग फिर से लाइव मिलेंगे, ठीक है ना। आई विल सी यू ऑल ऑन 17। देखो भाई, ऐसा है कि ये छुट्टियां मैं नहीं मार रहा हूं, ये नहीं कि सर छुट्टी मार दिए, क्या सर को पढ़ाने का मन नहीं है। द रीजन इज गाइस कि भैया जो अनअकैडमी की टीम है बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, सब लोग बहुत भिड़े रहते हैं सुबह से शाम तक, सारे के सारे टीममेट्स, ताकि आप तक ये लेक्चर्स पहुंच सके। हम लोगों को बैक एंड पे बहुत सपोर्ट रहता है, ठीक है ना। देयर आर लाइक लेट जस्ट यू वोंट बिलीव, बट मेरे लेक्चर्स आप तक पहुंचाने के लिए शायद 5-6 लोग बैक एंड पे काम कर रहे हैं। डिफरेंट लोग पोस्टर्स बनाते हैं, डिफरेंट लोग कंटेंट क्रिएट करते हैं, अलग अलग चैनल्स, टेलीग्राम चैनल्स को मैनेज करते हैं, यूट्यूब पे इवेंट्स क्रिएट करते हैं, ठीक है। सो ये सब बहुत ही भारी काम है, एंड जो टीम है बहुत डेडिकेटली इस पे लगे रहती है। तो भैया उन लोगों को भी छुट्टी चाहिए। हाय सर, आई एम ऑलरेडी हियर। ओ अश्विन, सॉरी, सो आई विल स्टार्ट स्पीक इन इंग्लिश देन। सो हाँ, 16th को स्पेशल क्लास रहेगी अरुणोपाल। ऑन 16th आई विल टेक स्पेशल क्लास ऑन द अनअकैडमी ऐप, ठीक है। डोंट वरी, आई विल कीप पोस्टिंग। मैं एक आई एम वर्किंग ऑन अ टाइम टेबल, और आई एम राइट नाउ क्रिएटिंग इट इन ऑन अ वर्ड फाइल। सो जैसे ही वो टाइम टेबल क्रिएट हो जाता है, आई विल शेयर दैट टाइम टेबल ऑन द टेलीग्राम चैनल, एंड आप लोग उस पर्टिकुलर टेबल को डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, शेड्यूल को, एंड यूजिंग दैट शेड्यूल आई विल ट्राई टू फॉलो दैट शेड्यूल स्ट्रिक्टली। इवन दो शेड्यूल बना देने से काम नहीं चलता, शेड्यूल को फॉलो करना पड़ता है, ठीक है। सो आई ट्राई टू फॉलो दैट शेड्यूल स्ट्रिक्टली, लेकिन फिर भी कहीं अगर ऊपर नीचे एक दिन आगे पीछे हो जाए, जैसे कि देखो अब ये डिसाइडेड तो था, आई डिसाइडेड दैट आई विल एंड पर्ट इन द लास्ट क्लास ओनली, बट पर्ट थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड हो गया बिकॉज द एक्सप्लेनेशन पार्ट टुक सर्टेन टाइम। और कल आपको याद होगा थोड़ा सा बीच में हमारा लेक्चर भी डिस्टर्ब हो गया था, वो बफरिंग की वजह से 15 मिनट के आसपास का समय खराब हो गया, ठीक है। सो कंसिडरिंग ऑल दोज थिंग्स, ब्रेक इवन की जो क्लास है दैट विल टेक प्लेस ऑन 16th, ओके। अरुणोपाल इज आस्किंग अश्विन की अश्विन हिंदी सीख लो। अश्विन, डोंट लिसन टू हिम, डू नॉट लिसन टू हिम। कोई किसी को बोले हिंदी सीख लो, कोई किसी को बोले बंगाली सीख लो, कोई किसी को बोले मराठी सीख लो, कोई किसी को बोले तमिल सीख लो, मलयालम सीख लो, किसी को कुछ नहीं सीखना चाहिए भाई। यही इस कंट्री की खासियत है, यही इस कंट्री का डाइवर्सिटी है। जो आपकी भाषा है आप बोलिए, जो मेरी भाषा है मैं उसका प्रयोग करूंगा। In this particular platform, it is my job to communicate with you, okay? So it is me who has to speak English, and others also I try to convey this lecture in both Hindi and English. So best of luck with all your languages. ठीक है ना? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हुए सबसे पहले पहुंचता हूं उस क्वेश्चन पे जो हम लोग कर रहे थे. लेट अस मूव ऑन टू दैट क्वेश्चन. इफ यू रिमेंबर गाइस, अगर आप लोगों को याद होगा तो हमने क्या किया था कि भैया ये जितनी भी एक्टिविटी अपने को दी हुई थी इसका 3 टाइम दिया हुआ था, टी नॉट टी एम टीपी. टी नॉट टी एम टीपी का यूज करके हमने टी निकाल लिया था और उसके बाद हम लोगों ने देन व्हाट वी डिड, यूजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ टी फॉर ऑल द एक्टिविटीज वी प्लॉटेड अ नेटवर्क डायग्राम एंड वी परफॉर्म द क्रिटिकल पाथ एनालिसिस. We performed the critical path analysis, and on the basis of that critical path analysis, what we concluded that 53rd day or 53 day is the expected project completion time. What do you mean by project completion time? Project completion time expected का meaning है when we make use of expected duration for all the activities, then the duration for the project that we achieved through these points, through these datas are the expected project completion time. Up until this we have understood in the last class. Let me now proceed. Okay, just look at the question guys. In the question it is asked, determine the expected time of project completion. We have already done this. Then it has been asked, find the standard deviation of the project. And then it is asked, what is the probability that the project will be completed 2 days earlier than the expected time and 2 days later than the expected time. In order to solve these parts of the question, I will have to explain you further. आपको याद होगा कि कल मैंने कॉन्सेप्ट जहां तक था वहां तक बीच में एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था क्योंकि टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट आ रहा था. उसके बाद क्वेश्चन उठा लिया था ताकि आप लोगों को एक बार उस कॉन्सेप्ट को अप्लाई करने मिल जाए. अब हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं, थोड़ा आगे की बातें भी समझ लेते हैं. ठीक है, तो देखो दोस्तों, मैंने आपको लास्ट क्लास में बताया था, इन द लास्ट क्लास आई टोल्ड यू स्पेसिफिकली दैट in part the duration of the activity follows beta distribution. So this beta curve, this beta function is distributed along the duration of activity, and here we have shown that T naught Tp are very rare events, their probability of occurrence is very less, and Tm has the highest probability. Then we have calculated Te. Similarly, I have also told you that the project completion time, the time which is taken by the project to get completed, it follows normal distribution. Okay, so now let us see what is normal distribution first, then we will go to the different aspects. You see friends, now I am going to draw one curve. And I am pretty sure that every one of you might have seen that curve somewhere. Okay, थोड़ा सा डिस्टर्ब होके बन गया, but don't worry. Okay, so let's check out this curve. This function right here, or this curve right here, is called the normal distribution function. This is the normal distribution function. So what does it signify? बताता क्या है ये? देखिए, सुनिएगा मेरी बात ध्यान से. अगर दोस्तों मैं आपसे ये कहता हूं कि मैंने विराट कोहली के बैटिंग स्कोर का, विराट कोहली की पिछली हजारों इनिंग्स का, बचपन से जब से विराट कोहली खेल रहा है उसका पूरा का पूरा डेटा मैंने एनालिसिस कर लिया है, एंड आफ्टर एनालाइजिंग द एंटायर डेटा ऑफ विराट कोहली, I have come to the conclusion that it is very likely that in today's match Virat Kohli will score 65 runs. The chances of Virat Kohli scoring exactly 65 runs is the highest. I told you what is probability distribution, and using all the concept of distribution and function and everything, I am saying that 65 run is that particular number whose chances of occurring, whose probability of occurring is the highest. It is having the highest probability that Virat Kohli will score 65. Let us ये क्या हो रहा है भाई? Okay, Ashwin. Okay, I got carried away. So, the chances of Virat Kohli scoring 65 is the highest, but still, remember, if I ask you to bet your money on this particular event, अगर मैं आपसे बोलूंगा सट्टा लगाओ, bet your money that Virat Kohli is going to score 65 runs. Let's bet 1,000 rupees on it. Let's say that some bookie has told you that if you will bet 60,000 rupees on 65 runs, and if Virat Kohli scores 65 runs, I will repay you back 1 lakh rupees. My answer to you guys, my question to you first of all, will you bet your 1,000 rupees on a particular event? What are the odds that you will win? अरे भाई, किसी पर्टिकुलर इवेंट के बारे में इस तरीके से कहना कि भैया विराट कोहली जो है वो 65 रन ही बनाएगा, विराट कोहली will score 65, whatever may be the probability. One thing you should understand, the probability cannot be more than 50%, because Virat Kohli may score 65 or may not score 65. The chances are still 50-50. Okay, I agree that after all the distribution theory and concept, they have said that Virat Kohli will score 65 runs because the probability of him scoring 65 is the highest. But I am saying that highest probability, that highest value can never exceed 50%. Why? Because this is an event in the future. It may happen, it may not happen. या तो होगा या तो नहीं होगा. That means Virat Kohli may score 65, may not score 65. So his chances of scoring are 50-50%. He may score, he may not score. So friends, whenever we say that some data is distributed normally, whenever we say that certain data points are distributed normally, that simply means that the data, let's say Virat Kohli scoring 65% is distributed normally, then you know what will happen. The normal function, the normal distribution curve will get split by this 65. The left hand area of the curve which I am shading right now, the left hand area of the curve which I have shaded, this will provide me the area of the left hand curve will provide me the probability of the event 65 getting happened. That is 50%. Why 50%? Because the curve is being split in half by this line of 65. And the right hand side area, my friends, the right hand side area will give me the probability of not happening. So when I said 65 is a particular number according to which the normal distribution curve applies, or the data is distributed normally, that means this particular point 65 has the highest probability, and that highest probability is 50-50%. There is 50-50% chance the left hand side area will give you yes, this event will happen. The right hand side area will give you no, this event will not happen. Let us now take this concept to our own example. घर बनाने वाला example, the house construction project that we have taken in hand. Let us take this to that. So you know what? In this question, we have gotten a answer that 53rd day is the expected time of project completion. Expected means that the project getting completed on 53rd day. The project getting completed on the 53rd day has the highest possibility because it is the most expected duration. So if this is the highest probability event, just now I told you, let's say somebody told me that on 53rd day your project is going to complete because 53rd day has the highest probability. Then also what I am going to tell him, I am going to say भाई मेरे 53rd day का भले ही highest होगा but project का जो completion time है PERT में normally distributed है और maximum probability कितनी होगी इसके होने की, सिर्फ 50%. 50-50 chance है, only 50-50 chance. It might get completed on the 53rd day or it might not. So the data is going to be distributed normally. The data is going to be distributed normally. Let me just take an eraser. Let me write 53 here. So 53 is distributed normally. The project getting completed on the 53rd day has 50-50% chances. Now let me ask you one good question. Okay. Let me draw another line here. And let's say that this line, while cutting this time axis, has a duration of 60 days. Now tell me, everybody be prepared to write it in the comment box. My question to you is, if the project getting completed on 53rd day has a probability of only 50%, 50% चांस है 53rd डे पे खत्म होने का, तो अगर किसी काम को 53rd डे पे खत्म करने के लिए आप 50% श्योर है, if you are 50% sure that you will complete the job on the 53rd day and let's say I give you 60 days to complete that job, your probability, your confidence of completing that particular job task will increase or will decrease. If increase, write it in the comment box. Increase. If decrease, write it in the comment box. Decrease. My question is, अगर कोई काम को आप 53 दिन में करने के लिए 50% श्योर हो, अगर मैं 60 दिन दे दूंगा तो आपका होने का उसके पीछे का प्रोबेबिलिटी कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा कि घटेगा, इंक्रीज की डिक्रीज? Exactly, Arunopal. Exactly. My chances will increase. There is no rocket science in it. And let's see. I just now told you कि left hand side का जो area है, the area which is there on the left hand side will tell me होने का, yes, possibility of occurrence, and the right hand side area will tell me नहीं होने का, the possibility of not occurring. So when I shift the graph to this point from 53 to 60, just check, let me take yellow color and just check what happened. The area on the left hand side of 60 has increased. That means the possibility of occurrence has increased from 50% and the area on the right hand side has decreased. That means the project getting completed on the 60th day has more than 50% probability. Exactly, Ayush, exactly. Now you all are getting my point. So the next question is, guys, how to exactly find the probability? We know that on the 60th day, the project getting completed has a higher probability, higher possibility, but what is the exact number? Because normal distribution is a function and it is bound to provide me with a proper value of probability. We know that for 53rd day it is 50-50%, but what about 60? What is the exact value? How to find out? तो भाइयों बहनों सुनते चलिएगा. Let me just take one more example so that I conclude the topic entirely. Let's say I take this line and on this line, let's say the duration is only 45 days. So see, you were 50% sure on the 53rd day. I took away 8 days more. Now your confidence is completely shattered. It is gone. Okay na? It is gone. If I'll ask you what is the chances of the work getting completed on 45th day, you will say I don't know, man. Earlier I was only 50% sure. Now I am not even sure of that also. So you see the left hand side area has decreased and the right hand side area has increased. नहीं होने का चांस बढ़ गया, होने का चांस घट गया. समझ में आ रहा है ना सभी को? बस भैया और कुछ नहीं है पार्ट में. यही है, यही है, यही है. Only that much is there in the part. The only thing that we now have to do is we have to find the exact value of probability. अगर मेरे को कोई पूछेगा कि 45 दिन में होने का exact probability क्या है, I will have to find this area. Remember, I always talked about area under the curve. Okay na? So this area actually provides me the probability. If I integrate the distribution function from minus infinity to this particular point, I will get this area. If I integrate the normal distribution function from minus infinity to up until this point, I will get the entire area. So by calculating the area, my friends, by calculating the area, we are actually finding the exact probability for those particular events. Now we are going to see how to calculate the area. Now we are going to see how to calculate the area. Okay. So keep listening, keep listening, keep listening, keep listening. Before that, let's just discuss certain statistical parameters. What are statistical parameters? Statistical parameters simply means these parameters are used to represent data. Statistical parameters are nothing but simply terms which we make use while we represent data. Whenever somebody will represent certain data to you, he will make use of these terms like standard deviation, variation. What are these terms? What are these terms? My friends, let's say there is a project. Oh, sorry. Let's say there is a project. Okay. Let me take some other example. More suitable example. Let's say yes, Ayush Pathak, you have asked a genuine question. Your question is correct. So listen to me first. Let's say I said you that Virat Kohli will score exactly 65. Bet on this. You know that your chances are only 50-50%. शायद जीतोगे, शायद हार जाओगे. But if I will tell you that Virat Kohli is going to score in between 45 to 75, let's say I give you a range. You know what happens when I provide you with a range? Earlier I had given you only one data point. Now I have given you a lot of data points. And I am saying that Virat Kohli is going to score in between these data points. What is the possibility? Now you feel more confident. Now if I will ask you bet your money, you will feel confident and you might even bet your money. What I am trying to say here is whenever I provide a range of data, a set of data points, and I tell that the future event is going to happen in this particular range, in this particular bracket, these set of data, they look more lucrative, they look more possible, you feel more confident about them. This is nothing but a representation of data with statistical terms like standard deviation and variance. When I say this, you know what? Let us take an example. Let's say that the 65 run is normally distributed. It is this line, 65. And 45 is this line. And let's say 75 is this line. You know, this particular gap, the difference between 45 and 65. Let's say this is the standard deviation sigma. The standard deviation sigma. What we have done? By adding the standard deviation, what does it mean by standard deviation? Standard deviation means deviating from a standard value. Deviating from a standard value, that is the meaning of standard deviation, my friends. So when the data is distributed normally, and I say the data is to be represented with standard deviation, what we did, we subtracted 65 some value sigma from 65, and we added some value from sigma, and we represented the data in a range. That is it. That is nothing more than that. Variance is nothing but the square of standard deviation. I provide you with an even bigger range. Let's say I say the chances of Virat Kohli scoring in between 20 to 80. You will feel more confident. Variance is nothing but the better representation of data along with standard deviation. उसका बड़ा भाई. I hope कि आप समझ रहे हैं. I hope कि आप लोग समझ रहे हैं. I hope कि आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है. ठीक है. So see. Let me just erase all this. For activities, remember, for activities, we know that activity duration follow beta distribution, and this particular equation has been taken from the beta function. Why? We don't know the beta function, and don't even bother about finding the beta function. Okay, na? The beta function, we just have to know this one thing, that for activity duration the probability is distributed as per beta function, and as per the beta function, standard deviation is equal to Tp minus T naught by 6. You know what is Tp and T naught? Tp is the pessimistic time, the maximum time. T naught is the optimistic time, the least time. Divided by 6 will give you standard deviation of that particular activity. Squaring the standard deviation will give you variance. Now let me proceed. Let me come to this. Let me take an eraser first. Let me rub all this nonsense. Now, for project, you see the data of the project also, it can also be represented with a standard deviation, which I can say the standard deviation for project, and there can be a variance also. So what we have done, we have written here that mathematically standard deviation of the project is nothing but root over variance of the standard deviation of the project is equal to root over submission of variance of project, root over submission of variance of critical activities. समझिएगा मेरी बात को. Standard deviation of the project is defined as the square root of the sum of the variance of activities along the critical path. What it is saying? First of all, let us understand about the variance of the project. Okay, the variance of the project, my friends, is the summation of variance of all critical activities. Whenever they will ask you find the variance of project, what are you going to do? Just listen to me very carefully. We have already concluded that 1 2 2 4 4 6 6 7 1 2 2 4 1 2 2 4 4 6 6 7 ये मेरी क्रिटिकल एक्टिविटी है. मैं क्या करूंगा कि ये जो क्रिटिकल एक्टिविटीज हैं इनका वेरिएंस निकाल लूंगा. We know how to calculate the variance of activities. Variance of activity निकालने के लिए उनका standard deviation निकाल के square कर दो. So critical variation अगर project का निकालना है तो इसके लिए क्या करना है कि भैया critical activity जितनी भी है सबके variance को जोड़ दो. Whatever there are critical activity, find the variance of the critical activity, add them, it is going to be equal to the variance of the project. और standard deviation कैसे निकालेंगे project का कि भैया कुछ मत करो, variance of the project का root कर दो. Just put a root over on the variance of the project. Okay. I hope you all are getting my point. It is very easy. There is nothing special about these. Okay. Nothing special about these. Now do one thing, everyone. You just find the standard deviation and variance of all the activities. आप ये कॉलम जो है इसको आप स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन और वेरिएंस इन एक्टिविटीज के स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन और वेरिएंस से जल्दी से फिल कर दीजिए एंड राइट इट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखिए. आई विल आल्सो नोट इट डाउन. Please verify someone. Please just verify. Look at the values of standard deviation and variance that I have written, and please verify that whether these are correct or not. Find the values on your own. Find the values on your own. Just give me a yes or no. If it's correct, just write yes in the comment box. If no, put a no. Ayush is saying it is correct. What about everyone else? बाकी लोग बताइए भाई, बाकी लोग बताइए. Ashwin is also saying it is correct. So okay friends, okay. Now what I am going to do, I am first going to calculate the variance of project. I know variance of project is the sum of variance of all critical activities. So critical activities के variance को जोड़ देता हूँ, add कर देता हूँ. 1 plus 16 by 9. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 16 by 9, and this is equal to, let's just calculate this. It is coming as 4.77. It is coming as 4.77, and I know that standard deviation of the project is equal to root over 4.77. Root over 4.77, that is 2.186. 2.186. This is the standard deviation of the project. Okay. I hope up until this point it is very clear. There is nothing in the per chapter, but question do come straight as it is. You must know how to solve them. Okay. So now up until this point we have completed these two parts. We know what is the expected time of the project completion, and we know what is the standard deviation of the project. These two things we have already calculated. Now the main part, friends. Now the main part. As I told you that the probability for 60, the probability that the project gets completed on the 60th day will increase, and the project will not complete on 60, will decrease. Okay, it will increase for 60. The chances of the project getting completed on the 60th day will increase from 50%, and not getting completed will decrease, because the area is increasing and decreasing. But the question was by how much? How much? The question was how much? What are we going to do in order to find this? We are going to use this relation. What I have written: probability of completion of the project within a scheduled time. What we are going to do? We are going to use this relationship. The relationship is Z is equal to TD minus TE by sigma P. TD minus TE by sigma P. What is TE? It is the expected time of project completion. We have already calculated TE 53. What is sigma P? Standard time of project, standard deviation of project. We have already calculated it as 2.186. 2.186 already calculated. What is TD? What is TD, my friends? Desired completion time of project. Desired means what? Something that we desire for, we want to. So let's say if I tell you that the project has a completion time, expected completion time of only 53 days, but I ask you what are the chances that the project gets completed on, let's say, 60th day. What are you going to do? 60 is going to be the desired interval. I am going to calculate Z, 60 minus 53 by sigma P. 60 minus 53 by sigma P. It will give me the value of Z. But remember friends, Z is not probability. Z is not probability. What is Z? Z is just a number. Z is just a number. Z is just a number. We will have to check the corresponding probability of the project duration from the normal curve chart corresponding to Z. Listen to me very carefully. We use the relation TD minus TE by sigma P. In case of TD, we wrote that number for which we want to check the probability for. जिसके लिए probability check करनी है उसको रखे TD में desired day, जिसके लिए मैं चाहता था TE में रखे 53 जो मेरा expected time है, sigma P में रख दिया मेरा standard deviation of project. Using this I will get a number. Z is just a number. And you know what you will have to do? You know what you will have to do. I told you specifically. Remember I told you specifically. अगर 60 के लिए निकालना है तो पूरा लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का एरिया निकालना पड़ेगा. You will have to calculate the area. सुनते चलो. एरिया निकालने के लिए पूरे फंक्शन को इंटीग्रेट करना पड़ेगा. इतना सब करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. There is no need to do all these things. What you need is you need the value of Z, and look the value of Z in the normal curve chart. You will get the area, and if you will get the area corresponding to Z, you will get the probability because area represents probability. So the normal distribution chart is something like this. For the value of Z, the probability is given 84.13. For 2, it is given like this. For -1 also it is given because Z can be minus also. Why Z can be minus? Because on let's say the 53rd day the project is getting completed and I want to check the possibility that the project gets completed on the 40th day. Then 40 minus 53 divided by 2.186 will give you a negative value of Z. And for that negative value of Z, for 40, the left hand side area occurrence will be less. The right hand side area, the project not occurring on 43rd day, will be more than 50%. So Z is just a number. As per Z, you will find the probability from the normal curve chart. Now this normal curve chart will always be given to you in the question. This normal curve chart will always be given to you in the question. Don't worry about that. And I will also tell you one way of calculating the value of normal curve chart probability using the value of Z via using this calculator. Although this calculator is not available in the GATE examination, but before 2015 it was available, and for calculating the value of those questions which were there in previous year question GATE and also the question that I have given in the practice booklet, you can use this calculator. But now from now onwards in the modern papers of GATE, the value is given in a chart like this. The value is given in a chart like this. ठीक है, समझ रहे हो ना. So let's check the question then. In the question it has been asked, what is the probability that the project will be completed 2 days earlier than the expected time? We know that the expected time is 53rd day. 2 days earlier mean 51. So it is asking that check the probability on the 51st day and 2 days later than the expected time. Check the probability on the 55th day. What we are going to do? We are going to find the value of Z. Z is going to be 51 minus 53 divided by sigma P 2.186 for A, and for B Z is going to be 55 minus 53 divided by 2.186. Let me just calculate this. 51 minus 53 divided by 2.186. So here the value of z is minus 0.914 and here it is plus 0.914. But remember that z is not probability. Remember that z is not probability. In order to find probability, we will have to look on the normal curve chart corresponding to z. नॉर्मल कर्व चार्ट पे जाकर ये वैल्यू खोजनी पड़ेगी, देन ओनली यू विल फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी. नॉर्मल कर्व चार्ट पे ये वैल्यू जाके खोजनी पड़ेगी, देन ओनली यू विल फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी. हाउ यू विल लुक द नॉर्मल कर्व चार्ट? Number one, it will be given to you in the question. It will be given to you in the question just like this. If it is not given, what are we going to do? Let's say I am going to use this calculator. Is this calculator visible to each and every one of you? Do one thing. Take this calculator FX991ES. What you will have to do? I am going to write the steps. From this calculator. First press mode, then select 3. On the third number there is statistics, stat. Selecting 3, press AC. You will find stat mode on the top of the screen. Stat mode gets activated. Then you have to press shift 1. Then press shift plus 1 together. You will see a page like this. On this, press 5. 5 is nothing but distribution. Selecting 5, you will get a screen like this. Here you have to select 1, which is P bracket, something like this. Select this value, P bracket. This is normal distribution probability. On selecting 1, you will get a screen like this. Where it has been asked P bracket. Just put the value of z in bracket. The value of z that we have achieved is minus 0.914. So let me put P minus 0.914. P minus 0.914. P minus 0.914. I know it is difficult to explain it like this, but we have no other way. So it is coming as 0.18, which is 18%. So what it is saying? For the project getting completed on the 51st day, the probability of the project getting completed on the 51st day is only 18%. Just now I told you कि भैया 53rd डे के लिए 50% था. होना नहीं होना फॉर 51st डे. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का जो एरिया आ रहा है that is only 18%. होना तो नहीं होना कितना हो जाएगा? 100 minus 18. 100 minus 18, that is 82% नहीं होना. I hope you all are getting my point. I hope you all are getting my point. Similarly, if I check the probability at plus 0.914 for 55th day, plus 0.914, plus 0.914, it is coming as 0.8196, which is equivalent to 82%. So in this very same graph, if I check the value for 55, then the entire area here, black area, 82% होना, and this blue area 18% नहीं होना. I hope I was able to explain the concept. किसी को कोई भी दिक्कत है? If anybody has any sort of doubt or any way that you have not understood, I will repeat. I will just repeat straight away. Don't worry, just ask. You just have to ask, okay? So friends, we have calculated the probability as it was asked for 2 days earlier than the expected time. 2 days later, I calculated the value of Z. Remember, Z is not the probability. You will have to check the probability through Z using these method, using this particular method here. Just pen it down, copy it down, or take a screenshot. Mode, then 3 to select stat, then AC. Stat mode will get activated. Press shift plus 1 together, you will see a screen. In that screen, select 5, which is distribution. Then in the next screen, select 1, which is probability with a bracket, which is nothing but probability distribution. Then in the value of PZ, put the value of Z that you have calculated, you will get the probability. Ayush, I have said it earlier also, I am going to say this again. Do not worry. Before 2015, questions were asked in GATE examination when you will solve PYQ, previous year questions, and also there are certain questions given by me in the practice sheet where the table is not given. For those questions, you will use the calculator. But I know that in examination, calculator will not be provided. Therefore, in exam, table will be provided. Exactly, it will be given to you that for minus 0.914 the probability is 80%, or for plus 9.914 it is 82%. Just like this that I have shown you here, like this, it will be given to you, the value for Z, and the probability will be given to you. Don't worry at all. Don't worry at all. So guys, let me just tell you one more thing. And then this topic is over. We will solve one more question for your clarification, and then this topic will be over. The last thing that I want to say here is that sometimes you say, let's say that you get the value of Z as minus 0.914. आपको Z मिल गया negative with a minus sign 0.914. But in the question, it is given that for Z plus 0.914, the probability is 82%. It is given like this, that for plus 0.914, it is 8.812, 81.2%. For plus 0.914, you have received Z as negative, but in table it is given that the positive Z is 0.812. Yes, Arunopal, you will get the probabilities corresponding like these fraction values. Don't worry, okay? All I am saying is, right now what I am saying, please concentrate, very important. Let's say in some question like this, where the TD is less than TE, you will get a negative value of Z. But in the table, it is given that for positive 0.914, Z is 0.812. Then what you are going to do, you have a negative Z, but in table it is given positive. Now what you will do, you will ignore the negative sign. Ignore the negative sign, no need to look at the negative sign. Ignore the negative sign, okay, ignore the negative sign and use this value for positive, use this value for positive. But remember, this value, the positive value, will be the value of the project not getting completed on the 51st day. Let's say you want the value of project getting completed on the 51st day, but the positive value instead of the negative, the positive value will give you the project not getting completed on the 51st day. You can check in the question here. I have found out that for the 51st day the project not getting completed, the probability is 82%, my friends, which is which is which is which is the exact probability of the project getting completed on the 55th day. पॉजिटिव के लिए जो वैल्यू होने का है, नेगेटिव के लिए वही वैल्यू नहीं होने का है। पॉजिटिव के लिए जो वैल्यू नहीं होने का है, नेगेटिव के लिए वही वैल्यू होने का है। I hope I am able to explain. I hope I am able to explain. What I am saying is, if your Z is negative, but in table the positive of Z is given as 0.812, just consider it is the probability of the project not getting happened. So for Z minus 0.914, the probability that the project will not get completed on the 51st day is 81.2%. And if I want to find the probability for minus 0.914, it is going to be 100 minus 0.812, that is 18%. This was very technical, very small little details that I had to tell you. Okay, so please keep all these things in mind while solving the question. Although it is very easy, very easy, there is nothing in this, just certain methods that you just have to mug up, let's say. There is no other alternative to solve these questions, but it is very specific and you have to be very specific about it while learning. So just look at these points very specifically. I am going to take one more question just in order so that the concept gets revised. I am going to take one more question so that the concept gets revised. Let me just open the textbook for question. I have not taken the question in the slide. Okay. Sorry guys for this type of representation. So guys, this is the question. A project is given to you having these many activities. These are the T0, TP, TM. It has been asked in the question to find the probability of project getting completed in 14 days and in 21 days. You have to find probability of project completion on number 1 21 days, 14 days. This is the question. Start solving the question. I am giving you 5 minutes time. Calculate TE, draw the network diagram, find standard deviation of project and then find probability. So 1356 is the critical path. Saurabh Shukla, first time I am seeing you. Are you new to this class? Very nice Ashwin, very nice Ayush. मेरे से भी पहले Ayush, but you are saying that the minimum expected time is 7:27. Mine is coming 17. Please verify. Please verify. I am calculating variance of project right now, so it is going to be the probability I am leaving on you guys. I have calculated everything up until this point. The probability is on you. I want you to find the probability of project completion on 14th day and on 21st day. Just give me your answer in the comment box. Arunopal, I think Z.33. Z.33, I don't know. I don't know whether it is correct or I think it is wrong. It is wrong. Let me calculate Z here. I am going to write Z here. Let me put a line here. Z is TD minus TE by sigma P. So for first 14th day, 14 days, Z is going to be 14 minus 17. TEP is 17. TE 17 by 3, which is 1. And for 21 days, Z is 21 minus 17 by 3, that is 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 and 1, sorry, minus 1. 4 by 3 and minus 1, and it is given here that for Z equal to 1, probability is 0.8412. I have to check for minus 1. Answer me in the comment box. कमेंट बॉक्स में आंसर दे दो भाई, फटाफट 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 आंसर दे दो. वेटिंग फॉर द आंसर. जल्दी से कर दो इसको, जल्दी से कर दो इसको. चैप्टर कंप्लीट, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट चैप्टर कंप्लीट. Guys, in the question it has already been given. In the question it has already given. It has already given. For Z 4 by 3, the probability is 0.908. That is 90.8%. The probability that a 17-day job will get completed on the 21st day will be much more than 50. Because for 17th day, remember, it is going to be normally distributed for 17th day 50-50. So for 21st day, the left hand area is more and it is 90%. But for 14th day, the left hand side area is very less. The left hand side area is very less for the 14th day. So remember, I have to find for minus 1. It has been given for 1. What I am going to do? I am going to subtract this from 1. 1 minus 0.8412, that is 15.88. So the probability here is only 15.88%. 1 minus 0.8412 is 0.1588. I hope you all are getting my point. Thank you, Ashwin. I hope it is clear for everyone. I hope it is clear for everyone. Okay, okay. So this is it. This is it. Guys, today I am going to upload the PDF of this entire PowerPoint presentation on the Telegram channel. I am going to upload the entire PPT on the PowerPoint channel because today Saurabh Shukla is saying, sir, please follow the new education policy. होली में भांग खाते हैं, दिवाली को थोड़ी खाते हैं. सुनो. चलिए. So let me just sum up this lecture. Guys, remember that YouTube is one part where you can find the classes and concept. Connect me on the special classes which is going to be at 2:30 p.m. now on 16th 16 तारीख को 2:30 बजे. Connect me on the special classes, friends, because special classes are going to be in synchronization. In the next special class, that is on 16, I am going to discuss part special questions from the practice booklet. I am going to discuss part special questions from the practice booklet. Do join me for the special class. Okay. The practice booklet can be obtained from the Telegram channel. The practice booklet can be obtained from the Telegram channel. Those who have not joined the Telegram channel, I am pasting the link of the Telegram channel in the comment box. Comment box में link दे रहा हूँ. This is the link. Okay. To join the Telegram channel in the comment box I have provided. So दोस्तों, join me on the special class. Download the Unacademy app. If money is not an issue for you, take the plus package. The plus package is highly beneficial. You can have live classes, crash course, weekly tests, doubt solving sessions all on one app. Thousands of teachers are teaching on the plus platform. The plus platform, my friends, will cost you 27,225 with a 10% discount if you will use my code MMM10. Use the code MMM10, you will get 10% off. Okay. Dosto, thank you so much for this session. We have completed project management, CPM and PERT from industrial engineering operations research module. Next we are going to start with break-even analysis. Very interesting topic. I thoroughly enjoy teaching this. You will find the recorded video on the 16th at 9:15 p.m. 9:15 p.m. 16th 16 तारीख को प्रीमियर हो जाएगा. देखना मत भूलिएगा. 17 को लाइव मिलेंगे. ठीक है ना. हैप्पी दिवाली संजय. हैप्पी दिवाली टू ईच एंड एवरी वन ऑफ यू. ध्यान रखिएगा, अच्छे से दिवाली मनाइएगा. ठीक है. दिवाली के बाद मिलते हैं. धमाकेदार तैयारी करेंगे दिवाली के बाद. मोमेंटम मत खोइएगा. Up until then, follow me on Unacademy app. You can straight away type this URL. My page will open up. You can see all the special classes and all the schedule that I will be putting there. This is the Telegram channel that I emphasize you to join. You can find today's lecture PDF also and also the practice booklet on this channel. Thank you so much. Up until then, guys, thank you so much. Please like, please share and please subscribe this video. I'll see you all after Diwali. Bye bye.